Joining me now is the mayor of Asheville, North Carolina, Esther Manheimer. Mayor Manheimer, welcome back to the show. And first, let's just hear an update on how recovery efforts are going in your town.
Well, what I would say is that we have basic services back. I mean, we're talking about a situation where we had no electricity, no water, no communications. And so basic services are restored. And I would say that the people of Western North Carolina have done as much as they can to be able to recover, as you can imagine, but without the funding that we need from the Congress to be able to fully recover, we're basically at a stopping point until we receive that funding.
Certainly, we'll talk about the need for that funding, and it's very much up in the air here. But the last time that you were on our show, shortly after Hurricane Helene, you said Asheville was not prepared to handle another weather disaster. So the same question should be posed today. How would Asheville fare in another weather disaster down the road?
I can't describe what a challenge that would be for us. We're still building back roads and bridges. There are areas that are doing well, that are open for business and back online, but there are pockets and areas that are just struggling to get by day to day. I mean, this storm was so difficult for us to manage. Our schools were shut down for a month. That's how long it took to even get kids back to school. So it would be beyond devastating for us to suffer a hit like that right now.
You also mentioned the impact of not getting that funding from the disaster aid piece of this government funding deal. So what's your reaction to what's been happening here in Washington? And more importantly, what's the implication for your community if federal disaster relief aid is delayed?
Well, first, let me say our congressional representatives, Senator Tillis, who you just saw, Senator Budd, Chuck Edwards, our whole delegation has been fighting really hard for us in Congress. We've been up there, we've talked with them, but the folks here in Western North Carolina have been communicating with each other nonstop over the last couple of days, and we're in shock. We're in shock that our recovery right here on the week before Christmas could get tied up and be collateral damage in what is very much a partisan argument about something completely unrelated to bringing resources to a community that desperately needs them to get back on its feet.
So what's your message to lawmakers here in D.C. then? Should they stay through Christmas to get disaster relief passed if that's what it takes?
Without question. Without question. I can't describe to you how many people are waiting for this Congress to act, to do what they said they would do. You have seen the leaders of Congress who are struggling with trying to come together to an agreement. Most of those leaders have been here. They have seen what we're dealing with, and they know how badly this is needed. I know there's agreement around that. So it is time to set aside partisanship regarding other issues. Those can be dealt with at another time and pass this spending package now.
Mayor Manheimer, thank you for joining us, and I wish you the best in the continued recovery that you guys are doing in Asheville.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.